This week in 1960, Jet magazine featured a story about this couple in its Mr. and Mrs. section. They truly stand as a testament to the fact that our parents and grandparents' times were not as sane as they told us they were. The people involved in this story are not celebrities or politicians or anyone of terribly significant historical importance. They are just plain old everyday civilians like you and me, who got involved in some hot mess. Well, maybe not exactly like us. I'll share their story, and then you can decide if they were like you. Let's get into it. But first, if you like these videos about the most scandalous people from yesteryear who make Ty's Hot Mess History a time capsule for the culture, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can know every time that I upload one of these videos or every time that I live stream. And comment, "I subscribed" in the comment section so that I can say hello to you. Now, on to why you are here. Today's story comes from this issue of Jet magazine, dated December 8th, 1960. The article is titled, "Frozen Woman Marries Her Suitor in Chicago," and it reads, quote, "In Chicago, frozen woman Dorothy Mae Stevens, whose hands and feet were amputated after she was found frozen in 1951 with one of the lowest body temperatures ever recorded, 64 degrees, became the wife of house painter William Henry Carter. Her beau for nearly a decade, Carter provided the therapy Dorothy needed after the hospital released her, and her name dropped from the headlines. She said, 'If it hadn't been for him, I would have been a useless invalid. Because of him, I can do nearly everything any other woman can do. I can iron, even though I only have a thumb, cook, dress myself. He made me do it. He locked me in a kitchen once for 2 days and wouldn't let me out until I cooked a meal. At the time, I didn't think I could do it, but he knew I could." End quote. So, Jet magazine covered this woman at least a dozen times. I'm going to give you just a little bit of her background story, then get on with today's story. But I will come back with another video about Dorothy Mae Stevens because she lived a very interesting life. Here's how Chicago, and then America, and then some people all over the world first came to know her name. On February 7th, 1951, she went out drinking with her husband. To say that it was cold on that night is an understatement. I have read several newspapers about her story, and the temperature was either reported as 11 degrees below zero or 12 degrees below zero. Nevertheless, Dorothy Mae and her husband went out to go drinking. And I'm talking about her first husband, not the man in today's story. Apparently, Dorothy Mae and her husband were in a toxic relationship. They would abuse each other verbally and physically, and they both liked to drink a lot. Well, on this extremely cold night, after having visited a few bars and drinking alcohol at each one, the couple got into an argument, and her husband left the bar. Dorothy Mae tried to follow him, but she couldn't keep up. She was very drunk. It was extremely cold, and she was dressed for springtime in Chicago, wearing only a short, lightweight jacket over her clothes. She was walking around in the sub-zero weather and lost her way, and then her body just kind of gave out. She laid in an alleyway, just not being able to move. Hours later, police discovered her body, and from there, you could say that she became famous the hard way, literally. Her body was frozen solid. Her body was so stiff that the police officers thought that she was dead. Long story short, she was taken to the hospital and given medical treatment. Her body temperature was recorded at 64 degrees, which up until that time was the coldest body temperature ever recorded by a person who survived to get back to a normal temperature. And then she became Chicago's deep freeze woman. That's enough background to bring us to today's story. That and knowing that at some point between being frozen and December 8th, 1960, she and her first husband divorced. So, Jet reported that her hands and feet were amputated, but on the bright side, she was a newlywed. Her man had been providing her therapy from the time that she got released from the hospital. I don't know if this brand of therapy was prescribed by a doctor. It definitely sounds more like a tough love / Mr. T / scared straight approach to me, but hey, it worked for her. And apparently all of that nurturing he was giving was making him hungry. He was a hungry man, and since hungry man dinners hadn't been invented yet, Miss Mama was gonna have to get in that kitchen and make a miracle happen if she didn't want trouble in paradise, you heard? Dorothy Mae said that with only one thumb, she could iron and cook. And I'm gonna be honest with you here, I don't think that she had a choice. Bro locked her in a kitchen for 2 whole days. Can you imagine? I can. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to Ty's Masterpiece Theater. Whew, I sure am tired after a long day of painting. Tired and hungry. Okay, so I know that you may be thinking, what's wrong with William? Well, he had a bit of a humpback and vitiligo. Jet didn't say that, but y'all know I get down to the facts, so that's neither here nor there. Back to the show. Whew, I sure am tired after a long day of painting. Tired and hungry. I'm hungry too, baby. What you gonna pick us up for dinner tonight? I could go for some fish. I love that place downtown that has those crispy fries. You could go for some fish. Go for some fish. The only thing you going for tonight is that kitchen door. Now, Dorothy Mae, I went and bought a whole bunch of groceries, and it ain't a man's place to cook 'em. But William, I ain't got no fingers. I ain't got no feet. I'll tell you what you do got, a bunch of excuses. No fingers, no feet. I've been listening to that for the last 9 years, and I ain't taking no more. You about to get in that kitchen and fix me some food. But William, I don't even know what to do. What you want me to cook? Everything. I got some
beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb.
And I want it all. Oh, Lord. That's right. Call on him, 'cause he the onlyest one going to help you tonight. Now get in that kitchen and keep calling on him. And don't call on me till my plate is hot and ready. Don't push me. Ouch. Now I guess I'll just rest up a little while that woman do what a woman's supposed to do. Whew. William, here's your food. Everything you wanted. Greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb. Well, you see it. These greens are so good. You really put your foot in these, girl. William, you know I ain't got no feet. Why you want to go and say something like that? Oops, I'm sorry, baby. It's just an expression. I mean, it's really, really good. And that is exactly how it happened. Now, I do know that this marriage ended in divorce. But whether it was William Henry's tough love or Dorothy Mae's own tenacity, or a combination of both, she didn't let her amputations stop her life. Here she is in 1964, taking on a little acting in a church play called Between Heaven and Hell. Dorothy Mae Stevens had to have limbs amputated in order to save her life. Do you know who was encouraged by doctors to have limbs amputated in order to live a better life? Betty Lou Williams, better known as the Four-Legged Woman. I published a video about her life that you can see here. I will also leave a link to it in the description box. Are you a content creator, influencer, or blogger who feels like your platform could use an extra boost? Are you thinking about becoming a content creator but you don't know where to start and you want to be sure that you dot all of your I's and cross all of your T's? If so, Lailah Lynn can likely show you exactly what you need to get on your way. Her fun new class is called The Business of Blogging with Lailah Lynn, and in it, she is sharing the fundamental principles of blogging in 2022. Because let's face it, social media is a moving target, and what worked well 5 years ago is likely not what works well today. And with Lailah Lynn, you're getting the information from someone who is successful at putting the principles to practice on her own social media platforms, and she literally has the credentials to back it all up, as she holds degrees in social media marketing. Lailah Lynn is a multiple six-figure earner whose first social media marketing course helped this channel go from earning $30 a month to earning 5 figures a month. I'm ready to dig in my heels and learn even more so that I can earn even more. Are you with me? If so, hit my link at the top of the description box and join her class to access this amazing, affordable advice from a woman who knows her business, the business of blogging. If you have a business, product, service, YouTube channel, or social media account that you would like to promote on my channel, email me at tiwan@tisaidwhattisaid.com to get rates for advertising on my community tab, my live streams, and or my edited videos, just like this one. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Ty Said What Ty Said channel. Please leave a thumbs up and comment so that we can get a discussion going. And share this video on all of your social media, especially your Facebook. That really helps me out a lot. And subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can know when my next video is ready for you. And if you don't like what I'm saying, but you love it, feel free to hit that thanks button just below your video screen there and send me some
donations.
Yeah, baby. See you on the next video.